Audience, he's all yours now.
It's Sunday morning on CBS. Here again is Jane Pauley.
Stephen Colbert is back at it, pursuing the serious business of being funny in front of a live studio audience. Quite a switch from all those months when The Late Show with Stephen Colbert was pretty much a family affair. He's chatting with fan and friend John Dickerson.
Tell me about June 14th. Nervous?
Yeah, very nervous. I was nervous, not necessarily that I would forget how to perform in front of an audience, but a little bit.
How are you?
2 weeks ago, the slightly anxious star of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert returned to his workplace, the 400-person Ed Sullivan Theater, whose seats had been empty for 460 days.
Vaccine card, ID, and ticket.
More than 20,000 requested tickets. Attendance required proof of vaccination. They were there for much more than just a laugh.
I wrote to him, "You have gotten me through this time."
The reunion was a mass echo of the smaller reunions among friends separated during quarantine.
On June 14th, did you look out the window and look at the line?
I didn't. I've got no time for looking out windows, John Dickerson. I'm a working man.
Just your average working man.
It's like this is where we work.
Atop a staff of hundreds, which during lockdown included his wife Evie.
You're gonna kill it.
Deputized into Colbert's exacting routine of writing,
Got the script?
rehearsing, rewriting, right up until showtime. His first line on reopening night came to him just before he hit the stage.
I thought, something's missing here. And that was just checking in with the audience, because they've been through this too.
So how you been?
Chatty, familiar, just what you'd say to an old friend.
I don't know if I even remember how to pander to the most beautiful crowd in the world.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert suspended production on March 12th, 2020.
Just a few hours ago, we got some surprising news. We would be going without an audience starting tonight.
It was chaos for a performer who needs order.
I don't like things to change at all. Why do I have a blue pen? I usually have a white pen. I don't understand. What, are you trying to kill me? I'll change. I don't mind changing what I say or what I do, but nothing around me can change.
The Late Show's new temporary set, the historic Ed Sullivan My House.
Colbert soon began taping from his home in South Carolina.
This is going very smoothly.
A library became a thicket.
That's the camera that I would talk into. That's the prompter. That's the tangle.
The wires!
Colbert enlisted his 3 children as crew members.
Why is my son sitting on that couch over there with a headset on, talking to my director back in New York? Say hi to Jim. Hi, Jim.
I need a mom volunteer from the audience to come up and help me out.
But the bulk of the heavy lifting was on the shoulders of Evie, his wife of 28 years.
Okay, oh God.
There you go. Watch the tangle there.
Your tough love is one of my favorite things that happened over the last 15 months. I finished one night and I fell down like a tree, face down on the sofa, and I said, I don't know how on earth I'm gonna keep doing this. You did not say, oh, I'm so like that. You looked at me and you said, you'll figure it out, and walked out of the room. And I went, yeah, she's right. Yep.
Well,
it was the right thing to do. It was true.
You gotta do that.
We did figure it out, yes.
We're all going to have to get used to celebrating. I'm on it. What is going?
Birthday to you.
Did you ever forget that this was your wife, Stephen?
Probably.
No, I never forgot.
There were a few times.
What did I do?
Well, you'd be like, this isn't working. And I'm like,
Oh, did I snap
don't
at you?
really work here. I kind of work here, so don't yell at me.
Okay, guilty.
That was when I had the crew hat on. When I had the audience hat on, he was very nice to me because he wanted me to laugh.
Evie Colbert was her husband's audience of one and a supporting player.
I want this to be a good experience for you.
I'll come back.
You'll come back? Okay, good. Okay.
I live here.
Have you
First, I'd be like, but he couldn't hear that. So it had to be more like, at one time I said, remember one time I said, I said something like, oh, that's very funny. And you went, oh, everybody says that's very funny. That's not a laugh.
That's not what I said. You said, that's very funny. I said, you know what? You can work a lifetime as a comedian and never hear something so satisfying as an audience member saying, that's very funny. That's what we go for. That's why I got into this business. There's a room full of people go, that's very funny. Tell another.
I did. And, I could also tell when it would help. And it was fun. I mean, being told to laugh for someone is great.
We're not going to have any of your kids with us on Mother's Day.
No.
No, we won't.
No, that's sad.
No. I mean, yes, it's sad. I used to think if I could get an audience to laugh the way Evie laughs, I think I'll be okay. And for the last 15 months, that's the only laugh I had. And it just confirms that that's really the kind of laugh I always want.
Some things have changed, you might have noticed. You heard Evie, she's still there. Hello, I don't know how long that's gonna last.
In August of last year, Colbert then returned to the building with his name on it.
I'm back in New York City. As you can see, look, it's New York.
For the first time since March 12th.
In the historic Ed Sullivan Theater's office building.
And there's March 12th on the calendar.
Right. Not only is March 12th on my calendar, but every day is March 12th in this room. Every single day is March 12th. That's.
But there was still no live audience for a performer who built a craft around reading giggles and guffaws from the seats.
That feels about right.
I started off in improv and cabaret and sketch, and that's all about relationship to the audience, especially improvisation. That's what you train your entire life to do, is to get a particular sound from the audience. Because that's the great thing about comedy, is that you know when it's working. The audience makes this sound, and you go, oh, that worked.
Am I in the theater right now? No. Are you 400 people? No. Why aren't you 400 people?
To me, it felt like you were playing catch in a field without somebody to play catch with.
I've often talked about the show as a game of catch. I like to say to the audience that we do the show for you and we do the show to you, but we really do the show with you, because their energy makes the show. The clothes make the man, but the audience makes the show.
Did you ever come down here and just wander around, kind of remembering it as it was?
No.
Like many of us returning to what we used to do, Colbert carries some portion of the last year and a half with him.
Is that your spot?
As he encounters the familiar,
yes.
like his home state symbol.
This is where I do the monologue every night. I love it. And nobody's ever noticed. No one's ever asked me about it. From the right angle, you could certainly see that it's there, but no one's ever said anything about it. No, it's just another reminder of who I am and where I'm from. And now it's a constant reminder of what we did down there.
A reminder of the essentials, even for a performer whose routine includes a reminder about the essentials.
Why do you slap yourself before you go out on stage?
Because you only have one shot to do those jokes. And I want to be awake. I slap myself in the face twice, and my own rule for myself is that I have to slap myself hard enough that I regret having done it. And that means I actually didn't hold back. And then I'm awake, and I say to myself, don't blow this opportunity. You want to go do these jokes. You actually really like these guests. Act like it.